I know what to wear tonight. I need to get going, or else I'm going to be late for my meeting with Sandra. Hi, Sandra.
Hi, dear. Oh, Phoenix. Don't tell me you've been walking around like that today.
What is it? Is there something between my teeth?
No, it's your makeup. If I didn't know you, I would have thought that you were a clown from the Russian circus. Who did this to you?
It was Gladys Castle, Roger Arnett's assistant. She offered me a free makeover, and I thought, why not?
The assistant of the famous Roger Arnett?
Yes, exactly.
In that case, I don't think your makeover was done correctly.
That's what Arnett said, too.
Still, dear, you shouldn't be walking around like this, or else your own GPSN people might mistake you for a renegade Russian clown.
I finally met Roger Arnett.
Wow, I know he's the best image maker in town. So, tell me, what's he really like?
I guess flamboyant would be an accurate way to describe him.
Everybody knows that. Tell me something about the man that I haven't heard.
Well, I can think of one thing that you probably don't know about. His office is incredible. I haven't seen anything like it in my life.
It must be extremely elaborate. It is common knowledge that he influences all his clients there.
No, it wasn't elaborate or anything. There wasn't even a computer in the room. I would describe it as being serene.
No computer? How could he work like that?
I don't know. There were the top-of-the-line computerized design stations in his salon, but not even an electronic notepad in his office.
Oh, whatever. So tell me, what was so serene about his office?
There were all these weird masks from the unexploitable parts of Africa. Some Asian wall hangings, a beautiful carpet. It was handmade, I believe. And those paintings, they were fantastic.
Is that all? You can find those anywhere, Phoebe.
I know, but his decorations were simple and in perfect harmony. It was such a soothing place to be. Piper thinks that Mr. Bogdanov was hard up.
Hard up about what?
You know what I mean. He wasn't getting any.
What makes her so certain? She's awfully young to be so judgmental about other people's sex lives.
She insisted that his actions indicated that he was a man in need.
What does an 18-year-old know about a man in need?
I'm just repeating what she said. Remember when you were at that age? Didn't you think you knew it all?
I suppose I did. So tell me, did Piper give in to his needs?
I highly doubt it. She maintained a look of disgust when commenting on his sexual frustrations. She definitely wanted nothing to do with him.
Good girl. At least one of those sales clerks had her wits about that stinky immigrant.
Piper tells me that Bogdanov had a lot of unusual visitors at his shop.
Visitors? Of the male or female persuasion?
Males, with ill-fitting suits and penetrating stares. She felt exposed under their gaze.
They sound like a group of horny tourists to me.
As you know, not many tourists travel from the rogue states to the Union, and the ones that can afford it usually opt for cities like London, Paris, and New York, not Adrianopolis. If they were tourists, why would they come here anyhow?
Okay, so they were not tourists. Maybe they were Bogdanov's friends from the academy. What did Piper have to say about them?
Piper thinks they were Russians, because they had accents similar to Bogdanov's.
So were these Russians shopping at the store? Or were they paying a social visit?
Apparently they were there for social reasons, because Bogdanov took them straight to his office and closed the door.
Yuck. A room full of Russians? The stench would be unbearable.
Sandra, forget about the smell. I didn't say they were coming in hordes. They were visiting on an individual basis. Who do you think they were?
Well, darling, I had enough analytical thinking for one day. You are the detective. You figure it out.
Did I tell you about the new supervisor at the thing store?
No. All you managed to tell me about was the old supervisor. You mean Bogdanov has already been replaced?
Yes, but Piper doesn't care for her.
Piper sounds like a difficult person to please. I wonder how she deals with the men in her life.
You never know. She might just be a charmer with the men. I've only seen her among women.
So what was her comment about the new supervisor?
Piper said that this woman didn't know her ass from a hole in the ground.
Well, do you really think that Bogdanov was any better?
You got a point there. I think I'm making some progress in the Bogdanov investigation.
Good for you. So what's new?
Piper told me she was suspicious of this art consultancy business he was running.
Why would she be suspicious about that?
Well, for one thing, she claims he had no taste in art, and even said he wasn't the artsy-fartsy type.
That's not a surprise. What else?
She said some foreign visitors would occasionally bring him boxes, and the contents were never displayed or sold on the floor.
Now you're getting somewhere.
And on top of this, Piper overheard that the contents of these boxes were being rented out to certain paying customers. She also mentioned that Bogdanov would refer to these exchanges as art consultancy deals.
You mean he was hiding this rental activity? Why would he do such a thing?
It seems that he did not want his rental activities to be exposed. As Piper put it, something fishy was going on. I met a doctor from the Criminal Task Force team, which is investigating Dr. Spencer's death.
Oh, was he hot?
First of all, he was a she. Her name is Gisela Nemeth, and she's leading the task force.
I bet she has an attitude. I like her already.
As a matter of fact, she was very pleasant. I didn't even detect an attitude.
No, Phoenix. You wouldn't detect an attitude if it hit you in the face.
Is that right? Well, I'm not going to tell you anything more about my cases. How about that for an attitude?
Phoenix, loosen up. I think this case is making you too edgy. Maybe you should get your head checked.
My head is fine. It's you that's making me edgy.
All right. I'm sorry I pissed you off. Will you forgive me, please?
Yeah, fine. Maybe you're right. I guess I am a little edgy. Roger Arnett told me that Bogdanov was a really tough case.
Why am I not surprised? Teaching world union matters to a stinky immigrant would be a tremendous challenge.
Apparently, Bogdanov required a lot of work, but he wasn't quite ready to face what it takes to gain a new image.
Oh, Phoebe. Gaining a new image requires a lot of dedication and hard work, as well as money. We both know that rogue staters aren't motivated enough to undertake such a challenge. Greed works, baby, and they just don't have it.
I know all that, but he did have the qualities to become a World Union citizen.
I suppose he had the bare minimum requirements to become a citizen. What was his HDI again?
70, but it appears that he was going to make a huge leap in his next quarterly review.
A financial leap can only get you so far. Our HDIs are not only based on the cash we have, but also on our health and the present value of our future prospects.
I understand a great image can boost one's future prospects big time, and Bogdanov wasn't driven to achieve such an image, but what's your point?
All I'm trying to say is that stinky immigrants can only get so far with the money they bring or make. Only people with a sound union education possess the greed for sustaining personal economic growth.
Hey, guess what, Sandra? I learned about my genetic origins.
Oh, tell me something I care about. We all learn about our genetic origins at age 6. Why do you think your last name is Wallace and mine is Pescara?
I'm not talking about the fact that my genetic makeup is more than 60% Welsh, or yours is Italian. I discovered that I am a druid.
Oh, you are? Poor Phoebe. Don't worry, dear. I'm sure our scientists will find a cure for you.
Is that supposed to be a joke? Do you know what a druid is?
No, but it sounded like a terminal illness.
A druid is a shaman of the ancient tribe of Celts. Evidently, these druids used to be extremely influential over people.
Oh, really? And who enlightened you about all this?
Roger Arnett, of course. Apparently, he has a professional interest in these druids. Sandra, I need to leave now. Talk to you tomorrow, then.
Sure. See ya.